Welcome to TVC News this hour. We begin this hour with the sweeping reconstitution of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited Board by President Bola Tinubu. President Tinubu approved the immediate removal of the NNPCL chairman, Pius Akinyelure, and the Group Chief Executive Officer, Mele Kyari. He also removed all other board members appointed with Mr. Akinyelure and Kyari in November 2023 and reconstituted a new one. The new 11-man board has engineer Bishir Ojulari as the group CEO and Ahmadu, Kida as non-executive chairman. Adedapo Shegun, who replaced Umaru Ajiya as the chief financial officer last November, was also appointed to the new board by President Tinubu. Appointed as 6 board members, non-executive director representing the country's geopolitical zones, they are Bello Rabiu, Northwest, Yusuf Usman, Northeast, and Babs Omotowa, who represents North Central. President Tinubu appointed Austin Avuru as a non-executive director from the South-South, David Ige, Southwest, and Henry Obi from the Southeast. Permanent Secretary of the Federal Ministry of Finance, Lydia Jafia, will represent the ministry on the new board, while Aminu Ahmed will represent the Ministry of Petroleum Resources. All the appointments are effective today, according to a statement by the Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Nonuga. The board's restructuring is crucial for enhancing operational efficiency, restoring investors' confidence, boosting local contents, driving economic growth, and advancing gas commercialization and diversification. President Tinubu also handed out an immediate action plan to the new board to conduct a strategic portfolio review of NNPC-operated and joint venture assets to ensure alignment with value maximization objectives. Since 2023, Tinubu administration has implemented oil sector reforms to attract investment. Last year, NNPC reported $17 billion in new investments within the sector. The administration now envisions increasing the investment to $30 billion by 2027 and $60 billion by 2030. Furthermore, President Tinubu expects the new board to elevate NNPC's share of crude oil refining outputs to 200,000 barrels by 2027 and reach 500,000 by 2030. The new board chairman, Ahmadu Kida, is from Borno State. He is an alumnus of Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, where he received a degree in civil engineering in 1984. He also obtained a postgraduate diploma in petroleum engineering from the Institut Français du Pétrole in Paris. Mr. Musa became Total Nigeria's Deputy Managing Director of Deep Water Services in 2015. Last year, he became an independent non-executive director at Pan Ocean New Cross Group. Apart from his oil industry career, Ahmed Musa Kida is a former basketballer and president of the Nigerian Basketball Federation Board. The new NNPC Limited Group CEO, Bishir Ojulari, hails from Kwara State. Until his new appointment, he was Executive Vice President and Chief Operating Officer of Renaissance Africa Energy Company. His Renaissance recently led a consortium of indigenous energy firms in the landmark acquisition of the entire equity holding in the Shell Petroleum Development Company of Nigeria. He's also an alumnus of Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, graduated with a degree in mechanical engineering. He has worked with Europe and the Middle East in different capacities as a petroleum process and production engineer, strategic planner, field developer, and asset manager. In 2015, he became the managing director of Shell Nigeria Exploration and Production Company. Now, for more on this constitution of the NNPCL board, our reporter Helen Osamide Akins joins me on the news this hour. Helen, thank you so much for joining us. The news, we all woke up to the news this morning regarding the shake-up of the NNPCL. How are people receiving this, especially those in the oil and gas industry?
Yes, Ibrahim, it actually came like a shock to many people. As at yesterday, a lot of us did not see this coming. Yes, there have actually been reactions from a lot of people. One of these reactions is it really time for Mele Kyari to go? is his tenure, is it time for his tenure expiration? You can recall that before the opening of the Port Harcourt refinery and even the Warri refinery, they were clamored everywhere that Mele Kyari should go. And then some people actually took placards, even to NNPC tours, calling for his removal. But for me, I don't really think it's about the tenure or it's about the clamor that came up before now. I feel it is about having the right people in position to drive the new vision of the industry. Thank God for the Petroleum Industry Act, which came up, and a lot of things has changed. NNPC is no longer the NNPC we used to know. Today, it is now a public liability company. So it means a lot is required from NNPC, and then a lot of things is also required for the organization, for the company to achieve its vision and its mission. Now, let's have it. Mele Kyari is one of the longest, is the longest, not even one, the longest serving leadership of NNPC. Since 2019, he came into power. When NNPC was just NNPC, he served as a GMD for like 3 years. And then he also saw the transition of NNPC into NNPC Limited. And then he also served for like over 2 years. So let's say he has like more than 5 years in that position, which is the first time. Other leadership we've had there, I think the longest was 3 years. We even had some serving just for 1 year, like the former GMD there, which was Ibe Kachuku. He just served for a year and then before he left. So Mele Kyari has spent over 5 years in that position. I don't really think it's just because it's tenure-based or whatever. I think it is time to drive the vision and the mission of NNPC, which is the new vision. And then you need people that can drive it. What do I mean by people that can drive it? I need you to look at the list of people whom the presidents have actually appointed for this position. We have people coming from the public, from the private sector. Right. Now, NNPC is now a public liability company, private liability company, which is expected to generate a lot of revenue. And for you to achieve this, you need people with the private sector mentality coming from the private sector. And that's why we have the new GCU coming from Shell, and then we have someone coming from LLNG, which we know is one of the best when it comes to gas production in Nigeria. Right.
Ellen, against the backdrop of this, sorry to butt in very quickly, Ellen, because of our time. No do you feel that this will definitely boost investors' confidence, especially when it comes to NNPCL in the oil sector? We've got a lot of people who are, skeptical about bringing in their investment and ensuring that this impacts the prices of goods and every other thing. Do you feel that this shake-up would boost investors' confidence in the country, especially in that sector?
Definitely it will. Definitely it will. It will boost it will boost businesses. See, before now, people have this reaction of not bringing their investment into Nigeria. Some of this reason is because of this bureaucracy and all that. But having people from the private sector coming into it, definitely a lot of things will change. There will be different modalities in the way they do things, and business definitely will change. Everyone is expecting that with this new leadership of these people, Ojulari and Kida, a lot of things will change. Definitely it will boost a lot of
That's right.
investors' confidence, because these investors have actually worked with these people in the private sector and they have seen how well they have done, and I'm sure their confidence will be boosted, and then businesses will come up again compared to what we usually have before. Right. Even the presidents have seen this coming and have increased the targets for the NNPC. Right.
The new team has a very limited time for them to prove their mettle. We see what that looks like, in the coming days. Helen Osamide Akins, thank you so much for that insight. Thank you.